Hey guys, it's Ryan with Mama on Mission, and today I'm going to give you a quick update for the first quarter of our homeschool year for 2020-2021. So if you're new here, welcome. I'm Ryan, a Christ-following wife and a book-loving homeschool mom to 3 boys. So stick around, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to be updated every time that we upload something to do with biblical womanhood, books, or homeschool. So if you are new here, you don't know that I have a 4th grader and a 2nd grader, as well as a toddler that I'm homeschooling. Of course, it's not full-on school, but and this is our 5th-ish year homeschooling. I have kind of just always homeschooled, even when my oldest was a toddler, so I don't know if you count that as a year of homeschooling or not. But so we haven't really changed a lot this year as far as new curriculum and stuff. The only thing we changed was we started using Sunlight for our history and literature, and everything else we've kind of been using for a while, so there's nothing that exciting or new, but I just thought I would fill you in on our progress this year. So my 4th grader is, I won't say he's loving math this year, but I've noticed it seems a little less daunting, but that may also be because this year his Saxon math has changed from after 3rd grade, they go into kind of a different format, and it is a lot less teacher intensive. So maybe I just like it better, because he still doesn't love it. He loved math when he was like kindergarten, 1st grade, but then 2nd and 3rd grade, he didn't really care for it as much. So he's not loving it, but he's doing well, and it's fine. For his language arts, we are literally using the same things we've been using for years. So that is spelling workout, wordly wise vocabulary, writing with ease, and first language lessons, I think, is our grammar curriculum. So those 4 things we've been using for a long time. He does not love them. He likes vocab, he likes spelling. The other 2 he does not love, but they're working and they've always worked, and so we're just sticking with it. Next year we might make a change because our writing with ease changes after 4th grade, and I'm not sure what we'll do there. But as of right now, they're working. That's the best I can say. And this kid, I never thought it was possible, but he loves to read even more now than ever. He could read for hours on end and not move, which is both a blessing and a curse, because sometimes I'll send him to his room to clean or to do a task, and I call him back in 20 minutes later, and all he's done is gotten distracted by a book. But reading is always a good thing, unless it keeps you from obeying your mom, then maybe not. For my 2nd grader, he is a math whiz still, and he is loving this math this year, Saxon level 2. It's almost maybe a little too easy for him, but I don't think he needs to skip a grade really. But we get through the teaching part really quickly because he just gets it. And I'm going to be doing a flip through of Saxon level 2 pretty soon. If you are interested in that, stick around. But he's doing great at that. For his language arts, we're doing the same thing as his older brother, just lower levels, and it's working. And he's actually doing better at the writing and grammar than his brother did at the same, when his brother went through the same program. However, I delayed my 2nd child because he is a very young 2nd grader this year. And so I technically could have started him on writing with ease and first language lessons for the well-trained mind in 1st grade, but I just didn't feel like he was ready, so I waited until 2nd grade to start, and he is doing so well on it. And looking back, I kind of wish I would have done that for my 4th grader, because while he's not an August birthday, he's a May birthday, so he's still a fairly young 4th grader, so he would have been a fairly young 1st grader when I started him on this program. So I kind of wish, hindsight, that I would have waited. Sorry, we are constructing a basketball goal, and apparently the basketball made it inside the house. And while he is not as hyped on reading as my 4th grader is, my 2nd grader is getting more confident in his reading ability, and therefore I'm finding him picking up books just on his own more and more often. So that is a good sign. For my toddler, there's not much to say other than he loves it all. He loves any time I sit down and do school with him. He gets so excited when it's his school time. And I've recently done a video on that. You should check that out in the iCard above. But he just loves it. And he loves talking about shapes and colors and letters and all the fun toddler things. So for our joint subjects, the things that we do together, we are loving sunlight. We somehow got a little bit behind in our read alouds, but I don't think it's really that big a deal. We've stayed on track with all of the history and Bible. So that has been really good. I cannot recommend sunlight enough if you love kind of that Charlotte Mason-y feel. It is perfect for us. We're using Apology Astronomy. That is also going well. We are doing a little group where another mom is doing the demonstrations and experiments with my kids and some other kids. And so that has been very helpful because I don't like doing that kind of stuff. It's just not my thing. So we've kind of been just working through the book at a slow pace and then doing the activities when we meet up with that group. And we did get one notebooking journal, but we're kind of working on it as a family. And so we kind of split up the work or work on things together. Some of the things that they learn in their group, they'll take notes on, and I'll just kind of cut those down to size and glue them in our journal. So it'll be a really good thing to look back on at the end of the year. And then for Latin this year, we've been reviewing Song School Latin Book 2. We went through it last year, and this year I just felt like we needed to kind of go through it again. We're not doing it in depth, but we're just kind of solidifying what we learned. Latin's one of those things there's no set point I want them to be at by a certain time. It's just something I want them to have experience with. So that is going well. And for memory work, we are using Claritas Publishing. That's going fine. We have found this week that we are really thankful that we have done skip counting, and we've been doing that since they were really little. Because we're hitting some of those harder multiplication facts, and that makes it a lot easier instead of just having to try to calculate what's 8 plus 8 plus 8. Well, we can think of the song and 8, 16, 24, and we know 8 times 3 is 24. Let's see. And then, so as far as our schedule goes, how that's working, when the day goes as planned, the schedule we have this year is amazing. So on a perfect day, we would start morning time, and we kind of all do that together because it's a lot of read alouds, it's a lot of memory work. So there's a lot of songs, there's a lot of hand motions, a lot of Bible verses, a lot of Bible reading, all of that type of stuff. And so my toddler will join in with that. He likes that. And then after that, I like to go and do Tot School with him while my other two work on their independent work, which is for my 2nd grader, he goes ahead and does his math worksheet. And then they both have spelling and vocab and handwriting to do, and some independent reading that is assigned by Sunlight. And so while they're working on that, I will do Tot School. And then when that is over, I have one-on-one time with each of my boys. So while I'm working with one, the other one is in charge of playing with the toddler. They'll either go outside and run around, jump on the trampoline, or if they've been doing something cool in Tot School, like if we've been playing Play-Doh or something, then they'll just go join in playing Play-Doh and stay busy. And then we'll switch, and I work with the other one while the other one goes with his little brother. That works amazing because then after lunch we do Sunlight and Science, and that is when my little guy either takes a nap or just goes and lays down and looks at books and maybe watches a show or something. So he is content and resting, and we can get the rest of our school day finished. The problem only is when we have those interruptions in our day, then our schedule doesn't work out so well. But it's flexible enough that things are still getting done. We've gotten behind. I know there's no such thing as behind, but in my opinion, we've gotten behind a few times, but it's been easy to catch back up. So far this school year, despite all the craziness, is going very well. I hope that if you're homeschooling, that it is going well for you too. If you have any questions or any ideas for videos you would like me to do, please let me know down below. I would love to hear your suggestions. And as always, I thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.